Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back. Once again, we are sitting down with our good friends and partners over at Classic of Denton. Once a month, we get the opportunity to sit down with Rick Wick, general manager over at Classic, and talk all things cars, Denton, everything that's going on in the community. Classic of Denton, great friends of ours here at Denton Radio, as well as Discover Denton, and just couldn't do it without them. And anytime we get to talk with Rick, we're talking all things Denton, because Classic is just about as involved as an organization can be. So, Rick, give us the rundown. What's going on in your world?
Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Made it through another year.
Yeah, and what a year to make it through.
What a year. What a year. What a year. You know, we finished out with a good year. We finished out our, God, they start running together. I guess it's our 15th, 16th Christmas drive.
Awesome.
Over 300 kids
Wow.
that we adopted through Denton ISD.
Incredible.
Through Cumberland's Children's Home, through our Daily Bread. We did a Daily Bread through Monsignor King, which I think it's the Junction. I think it's called the Junction.
Oh, yeah.
It's called the Junction. We did, they just run together.
Yeah, right.
We did Lake City's Church with Mike there.
Right.
And it was really really this past year because everything's going on. And of course, here we are in 2021.
Right.
But we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Everybody will be all right.
Well, for anybody tuning in with us for the first time, the last couple of times we've had you here and had Lessa as well, we've been able to talk about all the things that Classic was doing through the Christmas drive. Like you said, 300 kids and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people all over this area affected by different things that you guys were able to do through Classic this year, especially important. And it's really, really a cool thing to see all that Classic does every year, again and again and again. You said this 15th or 16th year. And it's really incredible just to see all the things you guys are able to do.
Well, it's part of our culture.
Yeah.
With the Classic organization, and Richard Allen, his partner, Tom Durant, and you're even at the store last month through Mazda, where Mazda Heroes,
which was so cool. Yeah,
gave away a 100th anniversary, because Mazda's 100th anniversary was 2020.
Yeah.
Brand new 100th anniversary Mazda Miata
which was so cool. Yeah,
and you look at everything that he was doing in the mask he was doing, and still had a young baby. So it's Mazda through us giving back to those that went far and above. Out there.
And let's go into that a little bit. Again, you can, anybody that wants to go back and look into some of our previous videos can see from the man himself. But Mazda picked out a few people that they called their Mazda heroes, right? People that had really gone above and beyond in their communities and wanted to honor them and give them a little head nod as well as a car. And the gentleman that they chose was a local from this area that had been doing some really incredible things. Can we go into that a little bit as far as the stuff that he was doing for folks around him?
Yeah, he was. He made a mask, for those people that work out in the yard, and it was made off the motor from a computer.
Yeah,
that just went outside. That sat outside your current mask, and it cupped around, and it worked on a battery pack, which is a typical battery pack you get for anything to plug in, and it would help
you breathe.
When you're outside in the heat or loading docks. And then he also made the cover,
the shields,
shields that you could attach to almost anything. And he was producing them. He went and bought 3 high definition laser.
Yeah,
and he was doing that. So he was just doing a lot of research and finding out to help out the businesses.
And this was a long time back when COVID was first hitting. Yeah, just a guy. Yeah. And he goes out. He's building computers for businesses that couldn't afford to pay for their employees to have computers so they could work from home, so they could social distance and do all of that. He was even talking to me about a mask that he had developed for singers and artists that wouldn't muffle your voice. So if you had to perform in order to be able to pay your bills, you could wear this mask. Just really incredible stuff that he was doing way back in the beginning when all of us were kind of scrambling around going, what are we going to do? He jumped right in and was really making a huge difference for a lot of people. It's incredible.
He lives in back door, lives in Crum. His name, first name was Matthew. I'm not going to relay his last name. I can't remember it. And, you know, we had no involvement as a Mazda dealer.
Sure.
I couldn't recommend anybody. His wife actually did a YouTube video and sent it to Mazda Corporate in California. And then there was a total of 50 in the entire United States that they gave away. And that was the one here locally.
That's incredible.
You know, he and his wife, and from this area, originally from Louisville.
Wow.
So, you know, it's, again, hometown, you know, Mazda heroes.
That's so cool. Well, and it's just it's always been a really cool thing to see. Not only is the culture of Classic so generous, but the culture of the organizations you guys are working with, like Mazda, and the things you guys are able to do to give back and invest back into the community. I always tell everybody, anytime they buy a car from Classic, they're really investing back into the Denton community. It makes such a difference.
And it's going to be interesting this next coming year with all the activities and the festivals and how it's affected. You know, vaccine is out. It's me being 65, so I'm in that 1B group.
Sure.
And my daughter's in healthcare because she's a nurse practitioner down in Houston, and she's already had her both shots.
Oh, that's great. Good for her.
She had her second shot yesterday, so she still has the hospital has to check. But we still have a pandemic going out there. And just because the vaccines are out there, we cannot lift our guard.
Right.
I mean, you know, the vaccine, it's going to help. It's going to take a while, but we still have to adhere to the social distancing and adhering. You know, we can't let our guard down because we're going to be in a situation again.
Yeah.
And, you know, the local businesses, supporting them as we do. That's why I bless every single customer that did business, parts, sales, and service. Was thank you very much.
Yeah.
But you know, it's changing.
Yeah.
You know, it's changing. I'm going to talk about that and talk about giving my community. I'm not going to talk about anything else going on in the government.
Everybody else talk about that. We can.
Wow. But anyways, we all need to pull together. That's the biggest thing. We need to pull together, and I think a lot of the local businesses. All of us have got to notice our local business and do business with them and honor them and appreciate what they're doing to help them, because, you know, it's the mom pops.
Yeah, those are the ones that are really
the ones
suffering.
That ones we need to work out and help. But you know, everything's good. You know,
Good.
I'll be next month. It'll be 16 years as a dealership.
Whoa.
So, you know, it's Denton's great.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to tell you a funny story. You remember our Alfred Morris thing with Alfred when he was playing with the Dallas Cowboys. He and I keep communication on a regular basis. Just a down-to-earth, very religious and down-to-earth guy. But he called me. He signed for New York and played with New York. He called me just the other day, and he's back in Florida. And I said, Alfred, I'm sorry. I love you like a brother, but I couldn't root for you on Sunday. I had to root against you. I was hoping you'd fumble when they handed you the ball or anything like that. Love it. He started laughing. He says, no, I appreciate it. He said, I still got love for the Cowboys. But he still has his little Bentley.
Good.
Still drives it every cotton picking day. He was calling to find out because he changed the battery in it. When he changed the battery, the alarm was going off a lot. I got him with Danny, one of my texts, when we got on the phone. But he's they're expecting another baby in March, so that'll be
very
4
cool.
kids. But
4,
yeah,
man.
4. But had 2 when I was here when did thing with Donna Marsh and John Marsh in their van. She's recovering from her cancer treatments, but it's just like Richard says, it's part of it's part of the classic culture to give back to the community. But and I guess we need to do shouts out to Hank Dickinson.
Yes, the guy.
I like to have
my new coworker.
Yeah, your coworker. Yeah, but he's excited. I think it'll be great for the chamber.
Absolutely.
Have with his knowledge and it's always not where's Waldo, it's where's Hank.
Yes, exactly.
Everybody knows Hank.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's almost many people know Hank as know Rick Wick. That's
but no, it's I've served my 2-3 year terms and I still communicate, and then there's going to be a lot of good things coming with chamber and
we're moving.
That's kind of funny when they said in August we're going to be in there at the end of the year, and I said, yeah, right.
Yeah, anybody that's done building construction knew that probably was a little ambitious.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe March. Maybe the end of the year, 2021. But
the facility's looking really good, though.
It's great.
Yeah,
it's going to be a great advantage to the Denton Chamber and the Convention and Visitors Bureau and Mike, your boss.
Yeah.
So, we'll get out of this thing. We just all need to keep hanging in there.
Yeah.
Our business is good. Still got grave incentives. We still need good trade-ins. We're going to do all we can to put a car deal together. Everybody keeps on says, "Hey Rick, I'm interested in getting a car. Who do I see?" And I said, "Well, you're talking to the right person." But and that's just that's the way Richard developed all of us and all of us as managers to do. So just waiting for the vaccine to hit.
Yes, sir. Well, you hit the nail on the head. There's hope on the horizon. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. But in the meantime, we can't let up. We still got to be looking out for each other and supporting local businesses and keeping up all of our best practices and things like that. And it's exciting to see Classic doing all that.
Well, we're hanging in there. We've made it another year. Let's make it another year.
I like that.
And we got some great product. I came home the 31st and I said, "Hey, I bought me another truck." My wife called me a liar. She said, "You said 3 years ago you weren't going to buy another truck." "Yeah, but I need to." Then I text my daughter and I said, "Hey, I bought another truck." And she goes, "Again?" I said, "Yeah." And I said, and then Chris, my son-in-law, was on the phone. He goes, "Well, you said that 4 trucks ago." Every 3 years ago. And I said, "Hey, this is not my truck. I'm buying it for Henry for another 10 years. Another 10 years when he starts driving, he'll have a truck." And of course, my wife said a little word about that. I think it started with the B and ended with the S or something like that. But these vehicles, the technology and the technology and the ride and drive and features and the safety features are unbelievable.
It's incredible.
I mean, unbelievable. I can't even pull in and out of my garage without flashes and lights and everything going on. So we're gonna pull another year out.
I love it. I love it. Well, and like you said, as somebody, I'm now 3 deep in classic cars, and as you were, the safety features, like you said, on all of these are just insane. After having them now, I don't know how I didn't wreck more often. Because the amount of close calls that were stopped from that alarm makes me go, man, I don't know what I would have done.
You're talking about that smart city brake support.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I understand the feeling. And the lane departure. And the backup camera.
Cameras, blind spot monitoring, and all that stuff. Yes, it bailed me out a couple of times.
Yeah, like that one commercial from another car manufacturer. It says, "Well, that lane departure, And he goes, well, lane departure works real good when you're driving, too.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
But no, we're going to get through this. All of us as businesses, we need to hang in there. We need to still adhere to CDC requirements to make it a lot easier. You know, like I mentioned earlier, just because the vaccine's available, it doesn't mean all of a sudden we're all going to be immune.
Right.
You know, it's, you know, how you catch it, you have no idea.
Yeah.
You know.
True. Well, Rick, thank you very much for being here in studio with us. Is there anything else we want to cover before we wrap up?
I think we covered a big portion.
Pretty much. Well, guys, thank you very much for tuning in with us here at DentonRadio.com. If you are in need of a vehicle, go and check them out over at Classic of Denton. Like I always say, if you're investing in a classic car, you are investing in the Denton community. These guys are involved in just about everything. So thank you very much for joining us here at DentonRadio.com. And Rick, thank you very much for being here in studio.
You bet. Thanks, everybody, and God bless everybody.